And we are live. Dubs in the chat, on time, stream, on time, let's go. Microphone. Headphones, left, right, headphones. This episode of the Philly Phil Twitch show is brought to you by Bake Shop Grapes. It's grapes and coffee today. And this show wouldn't be anything without supporters like you. Follow that at wherever that at is still valid and donate to the show. Your contributions keep the show rolling. Men 36 minutes of single women finding husbands at Home Depot. And those are the two videos. We'll go with Women Are Shocked. And this is brought to you by Bake Shop. I ate them all, pal.
What is it about dating over 40?
It's always the biggest red flag when older men always date younger women.
I hate previews. I don't like that. I'd rather naturally come across this part.
Yet they give so little in return. Many are calling out for masculine men, good men, even though it was the very thing many of them pushed against.
So, what is it about dating over 40 that makes me want to participate, but also not?
Why is it that every time I find an actually masculine man, he ends up being a walking red flag? Like, I swear I either date a guy and he's just wanting to be chased and is a total princess and insecure, so unattractive, or I actually find a guy that's super masculine and like has all the traits that I want, but then he just ends up being a walking red flag. Like, where's the in between? I'm not trying to seek out these like red flag men. It just so happens that the only masculine guys I could find end up being total boys. It's so disheartening. Like, where are they? Where are you guys? I don't want to date the insecure.
So they're total F boys because women only chase the chads.
Miss Princess Boy. I also don't want to date the guy that
They're chads. They get poussoir, so they don't have to commit to her, and they can just keep crushing other women. That's why they're F boys, because they keep effing because they're chads and they have options, and she can't get her and she can't get them to settle with her.
that knows he's that guy and knows he can get any girl and acts like it. You know what I mean? Like, I just want a masculine, attractive, caretaking, successful king who's ready to
Knows he's that guy and can get any girl. Sounds like she's describing Chad. Tyrone.
commit and not date 50,000 women. Apparently that's too much to ask for though. Like, oh my god.
If you are only finding masculine F-boys, madam, then you need to change the types of men you go for. She said she just wants a masculine caring.
That's his preference. If he wants to date a bunch of women, that's his preference. Your preference is somebody 6 foot tall with 6 figures, 6-pack abs. Nobody questions your preference. So, God forbid a man has a preference.
Successful man. The thing is, these women are chasing the same types of men, and I've said it before. Why would these men commit to one when many women are out there looking for them? The reason why women like this struggle to date is because they're competing without noticing it. They're ignoring every other man.
And she's mid AF, like a 4 at that. I
Except for that one man.
wouldn't even be seen out in public with this.
That's where the problem starts. When a small group of men are seen as the ideal men by a large group of women, those men now have options, a lot of options, so they don't have to settle down, they don't have to commit, and they don't have to take one woman seriously if they don't want to, because they know there are many others waiting. Meanwhile, the men that would actually commit, be loyal, be consistent, and build something real are often overlooked because they may not check every single box on the perfect man list, and the cycle repeats all over again.
So I just got done mowing my lawn, and let me tell you, I need a man. Like, seriously, I need a man. I specifically need a man to go to the mechanic with me. I need
I mean, there's nothing like having a man around that wants to protect you and provide. I love that.
Now she's gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? All natural, light skin. Oof.
For me,
Wifey right
I need
here.
that. It's always, oh, it'll happen when the time is right. It'll happen when you're least expecting it. I'm tired of being rejected. And this is in every facet. Like, not even romantic relationships, which, by the way, what the fuck? Why am I the only one left out? I feel so rejected in every corner of my life right now. Fucking new moon, full moon bullshit. I don't know what's happening. What the actual fuck? Like, don't tell me any of that shit. Like, it's gonna happen when you least expect it. It's gonna happen as it's meant to be.
I have no purpose in life. I'm too old to have children now. I would kill to have a purpose, to be needed by someone, for someone to share with me.
Now this is a woman's L. She's past her prime. Has no purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just exists now.
Something that's happening with them, or for me to be in someone's top 5 people. And I'm not. I have nobody, I have no reason to be alive. And I don't want that. I want someone to think of me in the morning, or before bed, or just if they knew where I live, or whatever. I aren't.
Like, she's basically a dead end. If you look at her genetics, she's a dead end. She's dead end genetics, because that's where her bloodline stops.
To be someone's priority.
This is the loneliness that many women at 40, or even over the age of 40, face. This woman says that she has no purpose in life, single, too old to have kids, and has no one to share her life with. The thing is, many women who head down this path usually follow the I'm strong and independent route, only to realize years later that they are alone and lonely, craving intimacy. What's sad is that it's always when it's too late that many women snap back to reality. But when that happens, it's usually too late, and they're filled with regret, wishing they had taken a different route. Because regret hits different when time is involved. It's one thing to make a mistake and fix it a year later.
Regret
It's another thing
hits
to wake up
different.
10 or 15 years later and realize you can't go back and change the decisions you made. Time is the only thing in life that only moves in one direction, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Men will date significantly younger women when they don't feel like they have a lot to offer. The reason why is
Men will date younger women because she's fertile and she doesn't have bad habits and she's not ran through. And she's coachable and moldable. Women the same age as me are stuck in their ways, and all of their ways are bad, detrimental to a relationship. She wants to post thirst trap this effing me up, this tongue twister right here. She wants to post thirst traps on IG. She wants to dress scandalous when she goes out. She's still on social media getting validation from every man in the globe.
because they know that a younger woman is less experienced with dating and is often going to be more impressed with the bare minimum. Do you think it was because they just thought, obviously, like younger women are...
Yes. She's impressed with the bare minimum. Yo, here's a burger joint. It's my favorite little, you know what I'm saying, tuck away spot in the burg. Oh, it's just a burger. You just butter a burger and fries. Yeah, but it's delicious, though. No. You want to date me, you have to buy me lobster, filet mignon, some caviar, this, that, and the third. The bill has to be $15,000. Ugh.
Beautiful and attractive and stuff like that, but I think that it's actually so much deeper.
And then you spend $15,000, and then she blocks you and ignores you. And you don't achieve your goal, because my goal is to clap skins. So if I'm going to spend $15,000 and not clap skins, that's an L on my part. Didn't achieve my goal, but you achieved your goal of finessing a man out of 15.
Psychologically, and a man knows that ASM.
And that's a waste of money, because it's just food. Like, it's ate up. Not even like it's
tangible. A stronger woman or someone who has a little bit more years on them
it
is most likely not going to be impressed with the bare minimum.
Okay, so to anyone who may know me a little bit, you'll know that I am pretty independent. I'm one of them of the mindset. Who needs a man? I can do everything. And I was a believe for that until about 10 minutes ago, when the biggest spider just come running at me in my bedroom. And I've never wished for a man so much in all my life. So I've decided...
Spiders are cool, man. Spiders are dope. Spiders eat everything else in your room. So I let spiders live. So don't be thinking I'm going to be the one stepping on spiders. I'm going to be, let that mofo live.
I keep telling myself that I'm a bad and I'm an independent woman. I don't need a man. I don't need attention, but... I'm lying.
Here's the thing. Women used to just be able to exist. My existence is enough. However, these days, we are running companies. We look good. We fuck good. We smell good. We can raise kids. We can take care of families.
No, they don't F good. They just lay on their back and stare up at you. Oh, we F so good. Just proceeds to lay there the whole time. She might slurpy for like a couple minutes, but it's never to completion. It's just till my jaws get tired. Now I'm just lay here.
We are educated. What? Why are we are giving birth? We are literally doing...
And their education is they could repeat back things that they learned from a book or whatever. They could repeat things back. Not really educated.
No, we are literally doing it all. Let's go back to the times when women used to be like, oh my god, I need my man, I need my man. But what do we need that you guys offer? Your weak ass feminine ass energy, your dick ass window.
They repeat things back. Not really any independent thinking. They're not gonna like, what's the word to, like, come to a conclusion or something?
Like, so when a woman is like, obviously you should protect and provide, that is bare minimum. Bare minimum. Okay? We know how to do it all. We shouldn't have to. I can do it all. I can do anything I want to, but I don't want to. I want to just, sometimes I just want to be a fairy. But on what planet can I be a fairy? When the men these days, they want to be fairies too.
I guess I'm confused. Because if men are so useless in these women's eyes, and women are supposedly doing these incredible things, why don't they just date each other? Any woman who says a man providing for another adult female is bare minimum is a woman to stay far away from.
Bake shop. Get some crepes from the bake shop.
Not only are these types of women ungrateful, but they also don't respect the effort, pressure, and responsibility that comes with being a provider. Providing is not just handing someone money. Providing means pressure. It means responsibility. It means if things go wrong, you are the one expected to fix it. To call that bare minimum is to completely ignore the weight that comes with that role. And the problem with that mindset is that nothing will ever be enough. If providing is bare minimum, then what is considered appreciation? This caption says, bring back masculine men. The reality is, masculine men are already here. They just aren't tolerating certain behaviors anymore. A lot of masculine men didn't disappear. They walked away.
I want a man. I need a man. I don't need to be independent. I want to be taken care of in any way.
I just want to be a natural feminine woman, my purpose, my job on earth, my calling in my soul. I want to find somebody who will protect and provide for me while I bear children for him. I shouldn't have to explain that to every single person I think is allowed to.
I'm just curious if there are any women out there in their 40s who are fighting the urge
In their what?
every single day to keep from just burning everything down.
Yo, I have a question. So, like, I know I'm not ugly. Like, I know.
So she in her 40s just ready to crash out.
Like, and that's just real. I know I'm a cute little piece of. I'm cute. But, like, when I tell you, nobody asks
She alright, little 5. She a little mid.
me on dates, nobody DMs me. And y'all probably be like, well, nobody probably right. Like, no, girl. All across the board, it be mute, quiet. Like, and I'm starting to think, like, am I intimidating? Or are people like, do people actually think, like, oh, she's too good for me? She gotta, like, to get.
This here is the reality for women in the dating market right now. They be like, I'm so pretty, but no man is asking me on dates. No one is taking me out. And they're so shocked. It's like their wishes are coming true, and they hate it. For years, a lot of men...
I mean, like, she might be high maintenance if you didn't talk to her, get to know her or something, so I might have preconceived notions though. Maybe she's a little too high maintenance for me or something. I don't know.
Heard things like, leave women alone.
Maybe she's a little too stuck up.
We don't need men. Men are a headache. And many men listened. They backed off. They stopped approaching as much.
Maybe I'd shoot my shot out a little uglier. A girl who's a little bit uglier than her.
Experiencing something new. Silence.
Maybe she's a little too fine. You're a little too cute.
When your phone isn't ringing,
I don't need that rejection.
When no one is trying to get to know you, that's when some people realize that attention and attraction are not the same as commitment and genuine interest. A lot of...
She look like she gonna get loud or something. Hey, how you doing, miss? Can I get your number? Oh no, this troll looking. Look at your foot. Ooh, how your pinky look like? Like she gonna find your one flaw. Your chip. Look at that chip back tooth all the way in the back of the back. And how'd you even see it? She knows. Look at that chip tooth. And then be loud, and everybody looking like, oh, you got a chipped tooth. Maybe that's why what's putting them off was scaring ninjas.
Men today are more careful. Dating is more expensive. Relationships are riskier, and many men feel like the reward is not worth the risk if the relationship goes wrong.
When I was 43, I met my current partner.
40
and we
what?
went on it. I went off to the doctors and the GP, took off her glasses, looked down at her notes, said, you do know how old you are, don't you? And I was like, yeah. And she said, that's not going to happen actually, you'll have to go for IVF. We went for the IVF test. I was told I had 0.7% chance of conceiving with my own eggs.
The real reason why men date younger women is not because of their physical appearance, their bodies, no, because today with plastic surgery and everything else you barely know.
So, in your 40s, 0.7 or 0.07% chance of conceiving with your own eggs. That's with your own eggs. So if I'm dating you, I want your eggs. We gotta get some other person's DNA, some other eggs in you. So now this is like 3 people making this baby. It's just getting a little weird.
Who is 40 and who is 18. Guys date younger women because they're easily manipulated. They're going to be very happy with a few crumbs because maybe they didn't experience much in the world. They're going to be just easily impressed. And it's way cheaper to date a younger girl.
Like, why should we have to try so hard to impress y'all older women? A younger woman who's easily impressed. Or you could do the most. You could, you know what I'm saying, propose to your woman at the Super Bowl. Like, you know, take her down to the field. You know that's going to cost like millions of dollars. Then she's still not impressed. Just, like the tickets is like $50,000 just to be there. And then you got to, you know what I'm saying, set up an arrangement, an agreement. They going to want a couple $100,000 to propose in the middle, on a halftime field or whatever, the end zone. And then offer her just be like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to get married.
This is how I know somebody's not a good man. Number 1, first red flag, okay? If he is in his mid to late 30s and he is actively dating, hooking up, whatever with...
Like, you could take a little 18-year-old to a sunset. Like, where's the little lookout, you know what I'm saying, where they park their car, and the lookout in the sunset, and, you know what I'm saying, the make-out point. You know what I'm saying? You could take a little 18-year-old to make-out point, and after y'all get done sucking face, get on one knee, and she like, oh, you know what what I'm saying? I
women
do.
that are in their early mid-20s. Say you're like 37 and you're like 26, okay? Kind of weird. No. Let's take it a little bit of a notch, okay? Let's say you're like 37 and the girl is 21. Yeah, very weird. And another thing that's even more weirder is literally actually
They're both consenting adults. Nothing weird about that. I'm not here for the age shaming. I'm not here for it.
dating women who are 18 or 19 years old. And I know there's gonna be people in the comment section talking about how that's legal.
Oh no, 18? A legal adult? Oh no.
Well, that's legal. Y'all will literally date a teenager if the United States of America.
Yes, I will. In PA, 16 is legal. In Canada, 14 is legal. So.
Told you. Hey, let's change the age of consent to 15. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all would, because a lot of y'all are sick in the head and y'all like teenagers. But it's just weird. And that is how you know if a man is a red flag. So every time I see a really young girl talking about, oh my god, on social media, like they always ask, like, hey, I'm talking to this friend who's like 35 and I'm 19. Is this a red flag?
Reason, tit.
Or you could catch her at 15 and save her before she becomes you. Yeah, I think I'll take that. Big shot. I'll take that like I'll take a big shot with my coffee in the morning.
Run for your life.
How many times have we heard this nonsense before? Men who date younger women are weird, or men who date younger women are predatory. There's a fine line between a predator and two adults who consent to dating each other because they want to. In her words, she says, those aren't good men. The reality is, these women are angry, bitter, and upset because those men are not choosing them. No one calls
Sounds
it
a little jelly.
predatory when an older man dates an older woman. No one calls it predatory when two people the same age date. But when an older man dates a younger woman, two consenting adults, suddenly people want to shame, insult, and guilt the man. That's not always about morality. A lot of the time, that's about competition and preference. What these people are doing without realizing it is saying that those women lack the ability to make their own decisions. Because if a grown woman decides to date an older man, and people immediately say she was manipulated, tricked, or taken advantage of, what they are really saying is that she is not smart enough or mature enough to choose who she wants to be with.
Simply that my whole life.
And if you're dating an 18-year-old, then she's probably mature.
I've been settling for less. I was okay with minimum. And
Like if I'm picking an 18-year-old, she's probably on the same level as me.
applies to all areas, and it makes me really sad that I let that happen. I'm also just so sick of being financially limited and being okay, because I don't want to just be okay in my life. I want to be thriving, and I always thought that wanting more means I'm not grateful. But I am a very grateful person, and I do even love my job. I'm in a lucky position that I can say I love the job that I do. It's just that it will always keep me limited in that money area, and
That's life. You know what I'm saying? That's the rat race. We're all hamsters on the wheel chasing cheese.
I'm just done. I'm done with everything. I'm done, and I don't know how I'm gonna figure this out, because in the past I have tried, but I'm done, and I'm gonna do this, and I stop wanting to be so perfect.
The men that actually have the resources are operating in a completely different market than they used to be. They were told to provide, otherwise they were worthless. So they did the work, they got the money, they got the degrees, they bought the house, they did it all right. And then one day they looked around and realized the women that they were making all this money for don't actually need anyone to provide for them. So here's what they started doing. They started treating partnerships like portfolio diversifications, because that's all they know. Why commit to one when the market says you can have many options? And here's a really uncomfortable part that you don't want to hear. It's working for them. The apps, oh, they love it. They reward it, and the culture right now, it permits it. There is no social penalty for situationships or having a big roster. And let's be really clear, these men are not confused and they are not stuck, and they know what they're doing. They're just adapting to the market that is rewarding them. And the women, they're left holding the bag and wondering why they did all this work, and why the men that are supposed to choose them aren't choosing them. It's because the game changed, and we told men that their value is only in their wallet. We believed us, they built that wallet, and now they're using it exactly how the market wants them to use it. So you want a solution? I'll give you one. You have to stop rewarding this behavior as a woman. That's all I gotta say. Full stop. No situationships. Why are you on the roster? But that would require the same things our mothers couldn't do. We didn't want to walk away from security, and that security you'll stay with even when it's not serving you. And this cycle will continue until someone has the courage to change it.
That's because these women reward bad behavior. Another thing is, and like this woman says, these women did the work and are shocked that men aren't choosing them, and that's because men operate differently when looking for a woman. A woman could have all the degrees she wants, and it would be irrelevant to him, because that's not him.
I'm not attracted to your degree.
His first priority. Men and women don't always look for the same things, and that's where a lot of the confusion comes from. Many women build themselves the way they think a man would want.
Not attracted to your paycheck unless you spending money on me. And I had a shorty who was spending money on me, and it felt weird.
Education, career, independence, money, and those are good things, but those are not usually the top things most men are looking for when choosing a partner. These
Made me
successful
feel
women
like a
right
girl.
now
Made me feel like a
men
little
who earn
girl
as much as them,
with
because that man
pigtails.
usually has options. A man who is successful, disciplined, financially stable, and has his life together is rare, and anything that is rare has high demand. So, if many women want that same small group of men, those men now have the ability to be very selective about who they commit to.
His video's just in. Thought there was finna be a conclusion. Nope, that's it. It's over. Alright. I don't remember nothing from that video. I said what I said. Okay, the latest video from 21 minutes ago. Men are refusing to for women, for modern women. Single events are failing without men. That's interesting. That video's members only. Woman gets humbled or humbled after planning to get rich from her ... I guess her husband. I guess we'll go with the...
I am disciplined.
Take your pick. What did we get? Big Shop. Which video did we pick? If you'd have picked the singles event.
Fess up. Who? Alright, someone fess up. Someone fess up. Who? Which alpha male podcaster is telling these men before you ask them out, tell you're poor, and see if she'll still go out with you. I know it's coming from someone.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at singles events going completely not the way the women playing them thought they would. Let's jump right into it.
I walked into that event last night, and I wanted to die. Everyone was so short. Every single man there was like less.
She's cute in mid, a little fiber.
Or 5'10" or less. I mean, none of them were attractive. Not one was attractive. Not even like, oh, he could. No, not close.
What exactly was she expecting? The types of men she desires have no use for singles events at all. Singles events are a complete waste of time for men. Even if you're attractive or not attractive, it doesn't actually matter. No matter which end of the spectrum you sit on, it is completely a waste of time for men.
They made it in, and they got to pick where they wanted to sit and who they wanted to start dating, and I'm alone. So girls.
Nobody chose you.
So guys paid to be here. That's what's weird, and there's a lot more girls than guys, so that's weird. I don't know, it doesn't really make any sense, but there's so many girls here, everyone's so pretty, but the vibes are a little weird.
It doesn't matter if the women there are pretty. Men know the truth as to why they are single.
Jenny?
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Are you single?
I am single.
What would you look for in a guy to date? How they gotta be?
6 foot.
Oh, how much money they gotta make?
Of course, if you can make $1 billion.
What's a race that you wouldn't date?
Sorry, not my Filipino. Copy by high, copy by copy. There's no Filipinos, I'm sorry!
We all know that she has double standards. It's obvious that this woman wants a dude who's completely jacked.
Something I come to filled with hate and rage, pure rage. Even do it again, but
$1 billion. She wants somebody that's less than 1%. And she was like, I don't know, a torta? If that means chick in Mexican.
bounce my face. Take a breath. And then I'm day now. Actually, someone can't promise. And she's got a nice guy. It's quality I was looking for. He got a nice little date for us this morning, brunch.
I don't know what torta means in Mexican, but if it means big girl, she was a torta.
Drinks. My favorite.
The date went wrong, but that's somehow a crime committed by the quote-unquote male species. Yes, you heard that right, guys. The male species.
And every singles event, it's all women.
Yeah,
That's
I
exactly
don't want to do them anymore because it's so hard to get men to sign up, and actually, I had one a few weeks ago, and one of the guys was like, please do this again, this was awesome, like, I will do it again if you promise, like, get friends to come. Like, it's so hard to get guys to sign up. He's like, no, why would I want more competition?
Yeah, but why? Like, I guess both perspectives. Like, what do you think? Also, as a guy, so if you told me when I was 27, hey, there's a singles event where there's gonna be 20 to 25 really cool women, I'd be like, yeah, like that's it. Why would I go to the bar to meet the single women? Why would I go to the singles event where they actually want to meet me too? Yeah.
Even when men show up to these events, the women
It's a red flag. Why can't these women get men?
doesn't
What's
have the
wrong
men
with
show up
them?
anyway.
But as guys, why do we never go to them?
It doesn't take away the
Personalities, socially awkward, stuff like that. They don't know how to talk to a man. Or is it physical? They're just little Quasimodo.
the thing of rejection. Like,
Who's that little fish ninja from like the black and white in the 50s? He would come out the swamp creature who lives. When all the titles was named that.
Perspective was this. I feel like guys are super sensitive to get rejected. When you go to a singles event, there's an expectation that you should hook up or you should like meet somebody. Yeah. And if you don't, it's like, oh well, you got rejected, and maybe if you hit on somebody there and they don't like you, it's very in your face. Yeah. Whereas if you get rejected at a bar, it's so like sugar coated and so like
kind of disappears.
You can disappear, like just pretend like something happened.
And you
hide.
A lot of modern women have turned rejection into a humiliation ritual. Men shouldn't actually have to deal with that.
okay, so
Yeah.
I recently went to singles event, and it was 90% women. And I was wondering, like, where's all the dudes? I don't know, but they're not there. And that's cool, not like I care.
The men have better things to do with their time and money than wasting both of those things on a singles event, which is a complete waste of time for him.
Can't women effectively fight in these wars like men can?
I feel like if they were in war, and more technology could be advanced if we were in it more. We don't have a position there. If we had more time there, I feel like we could develop and find our own use in war. Women can't.
Yeah, but what about the fighting part?
They probably could fight too.
You think that women can fight?
Yes.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you think you had a foreign nation, an all-female military?
Yes.
And same technology as an all-male military?
Same technology?
Same technology.
What's the difference?
Same technology. Okay, and they went to battle with each other.
Yes.
Do you think that it would be equal?
No.
Why?
Stronger men.
Yeah, so the force applicator, right? So like no matter what, we're just always gonna kind of come back to men kind of have to do that fighting part more than women, right? Well, I don't see a way around it.
You're the boss, and you're interviewing an employee, and they're like, well, I'll listen to you when I agree, but when I don't agree with you, I'm just gonna do what I want. I'm not hire that person as an employee.
That's one of the biggest issues I have in relationships is that because that's how I am.
To be submissive is to be subordinate. It means that you are not in charge. It means that there is somebody above you who has authority over you. And this is my little old lady wisdom for you girls. If you want a man who is about business and he can handle
and he's a good leader, and he's like competent, he's independent, he's like one of these top tier guys that you want that's like confident and knows what he's doing. That type of man is not going to put up with strong, independent women.
Those women don't actually want leaders. They want masculine men, sure, but they want masculine men that they can control the decisions of at the end of the day. So really, you know, they don't actually want someone to lead. They just want to be able to pretend, I guess, but they still want to decide everything.
And like, well, but I think we should be doing it this way, and I really don't agree with you. Like, if you want a guy who's gonna put up with that, he's gonna be a little bit of a soft kind of guy who's gonna let you walk all over him, and you're probably not gonna be attracted, and you're probably not gonna respect him. So you kind of have to pick one.
Modern women cannot respect Sims at all. It's simply not possible for them to do that. It has actually been disproved many times over.
Define soft life.
Soft life is ease. A nice, easy life. Like everything's easy. Everything's being taken care of, and I really don't have to do it. If I want to work, I can, but I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Like it's being presented to me to receive.
When I hear women talk about soft life, I oftentimes get disgusted because it just seems like they don't want, you don't want to be a teammate, you don't want to be a partner, you want to be a pain. Like, you know what I'm saying? The pain, like, you just here to kick it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The quote-unquote soft life means that she wants to do absolutely nothing and have a man pay her for it.
I done did everything, so I done took all the risks, I done did all the investment, and you want to eat, like, you know what I'm saying? And if we work because you have business, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, if you would let me partner in your business where you pay for everything, you take all the risks, and then I'm like, yeah, but when you get though, it's ours. And you sound like you're crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just that proposition, like that proposal to me, like, yeah, I want a soft life.
Yeah.
I don't understand why any man would look at that and be like, cool.
Well, I've experienced.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, how you made my life soft? Or am I supposed to have a hard life so you can have a soft life?
The soft life sounds rather boring, to be honest. Who wants to sit around and do nothing all day? Not a lot of men, at least.
It's like, I really ain't give a F about dudes.
But man, I live in downtown Austin, I don't pay rent. I'm like one of those like spoiled rich kids that doesn't pay rent.
What do your parents do for a living?
See, there you go. You get the, you know what I'm saying, pausing and playing too many times. They try to throw commercials at you. Oh, you like this part? Big shop. Coffee and bake shop. Crepes.
I love my parents so much.
Great answer. What do they do for a living?
They were both lawyers.
Work. They're retired?
My dad's retired, yes.
Okay. Mom's dead?
No, she's still alive.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they're both like.
Do you get like an allowance, or how does this work?
She's intentionally dodging the questions. She knows her answers will make her look bad. That's why she's doing it.
Well, I mean, we're staying is technically like
No,
their
that's,
place.
we talked about dating. Well, what do you put on your
Drug
intro?
dealers.
Like when people ask you, yeah, I see why you were triggered at the beginning in terms of what you do for a living. The easiest first question I could ever ask on this entire show, and I see why you were triggered. Because you're just a spoiled brat. So like every time you go on a date and we're talking about how they're actually making progress and like being productive members of society, they want to see what you're like, and you're like, I moved off of my retired parents because I want to get TikTok famous.
It's delusional to think that becoming a TikTok influencer is somehow a reliable career choice.
Also, you're not going to get TikTok famous from this show, so I hope you're not thinking that.
Yeah.
They won't be able to find you. Your name's fake,
Yeah.
and I believe in that.
No, I know. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's why I'm trying. I'm a recovering spoiled brat.
Not recovering, you're still being a spoiled brat.
She hasn't recovered from anything, actually. She's obviously still sponging off of her parents.
I would have boyfriends and never put someone's. I will hide you to the bed. Because I didn't want to share that I had a boyfriend because I like wanted to still like see if there was other options out there for me. I know this is like toxic and horrible.
Which is every woman. We know. Like, we know.
Like, everyone keep on moving on.
Damn. Imagine thinking you locked in and the whole time your girl is soliciting offers to try monkey branch to the perceived next best option. Superior king. Anyway, whether you cheated or you haven't before, we all know cheating is wrong. But I want to know your opinion on cheating.
A woman should never look at you as an option. She should actually want to be with you. Why on earth would you be with a woman who's like, yeah, I might switch him out one day? Complete waste of time.
Typically, men cheat just to get new experiences. Greedy, lack discipline.
It's like, I'm never going to leave my girl, but just add more girls. It's like, she's always there, and now here's Keisha.
You cheat, you go back home. A lot of times women cheat for replacement options, right? So, which cheating do you think is worse? Cheating just to get a new experience, or cheating for a replacement option? Which do you think is the worst and why? Either way, it's a dirty game. Stay focused.
Cheating is cheating, and to be honest, the reasons why don't matter too much, really. It's still a crappy thing to do.
No one wants a perfect guy. He sucks. He's a loser. He's boring. Normalize dating men that are like the worst people on the planet.
Why? Because I don't think women understand that women are very replaceable. You can say yourself when she gave her own traits. Hey, there's another girl that can do that. Well, you're very right, because the threshold for us to be attracted to women is very low. Be attracted, don't be a pain in the neck, don't be a quality. But you guys, on the other hand, need to be tall, you need to be charming, you need to be cool. She went with some millionaires, and she said they're not interesting, don't have a vibe.
She has no idea that the men she desires all have multiple options. She's literally just a carbon copy.
So, it's very hard to please women. So, the reality is, if you're going on a date with a guy, that means he's been vetted to some degree. It's really your privilege, bro. I always find it interesting how, like, girls kind of, like, look at it like not the prize. Not really, I don't think so. Yeah.
Modern women's expectations of men are what's going to doom them to be single forever. You can demand whatever you want, but obviously these women are not actually going to get it. What she did was disrespectful and completely uncalled for. Nobody can blame him for driving off like that.
Why do women have to walk away? Why do we have to do this? It is because the man leaves us no other option. There's no other option. We've given him time. We've gone counseling. We've had friends talk to us. We have talked about it how many times. He gives you no other option, and you have to leave the relationship. And a woman always knows when to walk away. She knows when I'm done here. There's nothing more I can do. And I'm going to tell you, it is such a solemn feeling, but also like the wind beneath your wings.
Women like this seem to think that endless nagging and disrespect somehow counts as relationship work. That's not true at all.
You said, what's so special about me? Most women aren't special.
Well, that's
like,
what
and I'm really, seriously, what do women bring in 2022 that is special?
Nothing.
Do most women have a cookbook? Do most women really know how to cater to a man? No. Are most women virgins on their wedding day? No. So what do most women bring in 2022 that is special?
But why is all about what we can offer? Why is all about what we can bring?
Because when you're trying to sell a car, if you're trying to get married, right? Please, I'm not saying women cars, it's just an analogy. If you're trying to sell a car, you have to study the buyer and figure out what the buyer's want.
If a man is going to let a woman into his life, he should be getting more than chaos out of her. Many men actually won't consider chaos to be a good deal whatsoever.
What do all women do? I would never admit.
They would never admit that they're wrong. I think that's the only one thing that women do.
Why is that? Why is it you think women don't like to admit they're wrong? And when you're wrong, like what do? You just lie?
I feel like no, I do like step down. I do admit like when I'm wrong, and like I do apologize when I it's my mistake sometimes when they do happen. But I feel like it's just like a feeling inside. Like I don't know if it's like a gender thing, but I think it's just all women like it's either it's the element of argument or it's the element of I'm not gonna say that I'm wrong. You're gonna bring out every single argument that you have in your books or in the shelf.
To make you feel good?
I think so. I think that's probably the reason why.
on women is finding new ways to avoid accountability. It's actually very rare, if ever, do you see them
I was just about to say accountability. He beat me to it.
do that.
You have some women who think they're good women, but they're really not good women because they don't support their man. They don't support their man in their side businesses, side hustles. They don't support their man sometimes if he's trying to do something for the community. Now I'm just gonna let him do that. But then you get mad when he go out and cheat on. Then you get mad when you get a side chick who really want to support him because he needs the support. You know, he feels like he needs support of somebody that can help make him better.
A lot of women call supporting their man in any way mothering or princess treatment. Like, let that sink in how disgusting that actually is.
And with no host. Where are you? Where's Jim working?
I'm out here getting hoes.
Taking care of responsibilities, priorities, possibly building businesses, trying to leave behind a legacy, building the life that they want so they can establish the future necessary. And some of them are even...
Men with no 304s, what are you doing? Out here getting some 304s. Out in these streets, getting 304s, getting our 304s up.
So lost that they're kind of just trying to figure out what to do with their life. Like, vast majority of the good men out there who don't have any hoes, they're just doing life. And they're trying to do everything possible that they can in order to have a better quality of life so that way they can have the future that they desire.
Those men walked away after being disrespected for years for practically no reason whatsoever.
And I would bet that every day that you go out, you probably pass one of those dudes. But they in their lane, with their head down, minding their business, grinding and doing their thing because they don't want to waste time or play games. And I would say vast majority are probably waiting to find the right quality of woman to invest into because, like I said, they're tired of games.
You know, guys, this woman is a genius. She 100% gets it.
Those men are the men she goes out of her way to ignore on a daily basis.
Because you know what, real guys now are not sitting out at bars and drinking all night or sitting online or doing all the things that are unproductive. Most of them are sitting at the gym. They're working through all their issues, all their problems. They're beating on their craft, right? They're getting up early in the morning and getting a good workout in. They are self-care. They are investing in themselves in terms of seminars and books and everything else. Because the real men out there want to move forward. They want to build a family. They want to have a foundation. They want to be the men and the fathers that they're supposed to be. That's where they are. They're not sitting at bars. They're not sitting out and doing things that are unproductive. So ladies, if you want to find a real man, go to the gym. Love it.
That is terrible advice. A lot of modern women go to gyms all the time and they are still ignored by men. I don't know what man in the gym wants to be considered the gym creep.
Support your man. Support him. Be his backbone. Be his support system. Speak life into him. Motivate him. Encourage him. Pray over him. The number one thing you can do for your man is believe in him. Believe in him and watch what he will do. Trust me.
It's tragic to see how so many modern women these days see supporting their man as a complete mortal sin. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the...
Alright. Things were said. I don't remember nothing. Nothing stood out. Let's see if we got 10 minutes. Oh, what the flip-flop? Year-old woman. I don't got time to read the whole thing. Bake shop crepes. They taste like Paris.
So look, I'm 40 and single and recently got made redundant and found out I have to sell my flat. So with all that going on, I decided I'm just going to start making really like bougie, romanticise my lifestyle decisions. This one is for single people and I am here to advocate for a holiday boyfriend. A vacation boyfriend. Right? We both knew what the situation was going into it. He's in LA and London.
So on holiday, I'm gonna just get ran through by this random stranger that I hook up at the what's the like resort? Yeah, at the hotel resort.
How I wish I could go back and tell that version of me that you are kidding yourself. No, what you actually did was catch feels for the guy that you met on holiday. You then spent the last month daydreaming about the guy that you met on holiday and texting him way too much and making him feel uncomfortable even when he says that he wasn't. And then you just suggested that you could go back to LA and hang out with him for a bit because you just made redundant. Because that's a sensible use of your time and your money, isn't it? And of course you weren't on the same page. Of course you weren't. I feel sick. I feel actually sick. I wish I'd never watched a Disney film in my life. I wish I had never seen Titanic. I got two guys, those new hints this week. First one because I said I liked Marvel and DC and Harry Potter.
By the way, guys, I keep seeing that you send me messages saying what is up with all the women that I post and piercings, nose rings. So I did a little bit of searching and I found 10 studies that show high correlations between piercings, tattoo, and mental problems, risk-taking, trauma, childhood trauma. All the links to all the studies will be in the description of the video, guys.
And the second guy, I dared to ask if he would tell me some things about himself before I agreed to go on a date with him, because we'd only spoken about spaghetti. Hi friends, this is me, just home from Pride. I've been a bit mad recently. I found out in the same week that I not only have to sell my flat, but I've been made redundant. And I took a day off to like do stuff and be grown up about that. But instead I've been dating everything. And quite honestly, if I am homeless and have no job in a month, it's Matthew Mass's fault for making me fall in love with him.
The other day my therapist was like, what gets you out of bed in the morning? And I was like, coffee. And she was like, no, what gets you out of bed in the morning? And I was like, coffee.
Don't take him out. Don't spend a dime. Don't spend a nickel. Don't spend a penny. Go somewhere that is free. If she's unwilling to go there with you, don't go out with her.
A woman is like, tell me the truth. And then you tell them a truth, and they don't like that truth.
Of course.
And they get really upset about that truth. And as a woman, because we're motivated to not upset people,
They actually think that if you know how upset I am about what's true for you, you will change what's true for you.
Y'all want to talk about men?
That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
And cheating. Let's talk about feminism get y'all past the cheat and play victim. Y'all.
Now look at this light-skinned girl, all natural. I'm crushing. My little crush.
I love screaming, men ain't loyal, but as soon as y'all cheat, it's, oh, he wasn't meeting my emotional needs. Y'all cheat and call it healing. Y'all disrespect men and then call it setting boundaries. Feminism tells y'all to be strong, not sloppy. You're not a victim of his lack. You're a product of your own lack of discipline. It's crazy to me. If a man cheats, he's a monster. But when y'all do it, it's empowerment. Nah, it's not healing. It's hypocrisy.
I went on a date with a guy last night who, mind you, is 36 years old, who like really like prided himself on the fact that he like did the work and he really worked on himself and he's in therapy and was using all the therapy language. And I asked him why his last 3 relationships ended, and he said he cheated on all of them. Okay. Do you know the difference though? In getting from someone and thinking someone's really nice is literally only whether you fancy them or not.
Next.
Yeah, guys, this is the only difference. A hard guy can do anything, and she will say, "Oh, he's funny."
Well, there was someone and you were head over heels mad with them, you thought they were pure stun, and you had yourself convinced this is the man for me, and he turned around and he confessed a poem to you, and you're so damned by him that you're like, this is a beautiful poem, this is.
Yeah, this is so romantic. And then another guy says the same thing, and you say, "Oh my God, he's such a simp." What is this?
Shakespeare brought back to life. Wow, and like I'm gonna tell my friends about this. But if you thought the same guy was creepy, or you already had a vibe fancy insurance and put me into really you're fucking hearing me poem? Like they absolutely want to both. And that's the only difference. Someone being a creep and someone being romantic is whether or not you fancy them. Very true. It's like trying to tell you that this isn't your person.
Man with money is
Absolutely
expected to
fancy.
share. A woman with money is told she doesn't need a man. Same income, totally different rules. Let me explain before you get mad. In our culture, men are taught from day one that if they're not earning, they're failing. If they can't provide, they're not real men. If they don't
If you're not winning, you're losing.
a man's value is often reduced to his financial output. Yeah, but the script. When women become successful, we don't expect them to carry anybody. In fact, we celebrate it as a form of freedom. Yes, queen, you're independent. She doesn't need a man. He's expected to provide, but she's expected to escape. Because if we really want partnership, then we need to stop placing all the financial burden on one side, while celebrating freedom on the other. Y'all say every woman is beautiful, but then you turn around and say most men are ugly. Why is it that women get mad when ugly men approach them? Y'all bash women for dating men that y'all find.
Is this my crush again?
Guys, they're lying.
Or just another light skin
You know a woman is
with no
ugly
makeup?
or she's overweight, and you ask her girlfriends how hot she is, and they tell you, "Oh, she's a 9, she's very hot, she's blah blah." Just say, okay, I think you're as beautiful as her, and see the reaction. If they're truly beautiful, they wouldn't mind when you compare them to them, or compare them to Lizzo. "Oh my God, you're so beautiful, you look like Lizzo," and see her reaction. And that will tell you if they're lying or not.
And y'all hate the idea of sharing a good-looking man. But y'all claim men and women are equal. But let me just break this down for y'all real quick. If the majority of men are ugly and y'all only want the attractive ones, that means most of y'all are gonna fight over the same men. Or you'll end up settling for ones you claim you don't want. Y'all can't keep screaming equality. Then act like average. Unattractive men don't deserve love too. Because if all women are beautiful, then so are all men, right?
Women often register their delusional relationship expectations as standards. But those ain't standards, baby. That's a fallacy, a fantasy wish list. Because you've never lived like that. But you want a man to come in and give you something that you have yet to give yourself. So don't talk to me about how wrong you is and how your standards are. And your
They live in fantasy.
bills ain't on auto pay. And your bills are on auto pay. That's a different level of adulting.
Fairy tale Prince Charming doesn't exist. You're gonna have to compromise a little bit on certain things. So I'm just talking about priorities now. Yeah, right. So far, you have been like covered in brands, right? That's what I noticed about you. Are you gonna expect your man to pay for all of your apparel? Because
Of course, because she's a princess.
he's gonna look at you and go, oh, can I provide for her? He's gonna wonder that too. They have to provide for me and my family on a comfortable level. Does it have to be a luxury lifestyle?
I see brands. I see makeup, plastic surgery. She do look high maintenance.
Oh no, I am used to nice things. Compromising a little. Is that in the future for you to compromise? I don't think I should have to.
She doesn't feel like she has to. It's all about feelings. It's nothing logical, only feelings.
She's too superficial for me.
If you see that your delusional standards keep you from finding a guy, and the years pass, and you're 30, and then you're 35, and you're still single, at what point do you understand that your standards are so delusional that they are preventing you from finding a man? Or do you never grow up?
Of course, I'm annoyed that Dolly and my mom want me to compromise. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, if I can provide this life for myself, then I feel like I should be able to as well.
Guys, just listen to her voice. Close your eyes and listen to her voice. Now think, how much would you stand being next to her while she's talking? Just close your eyes and listen to her voice.
I should be able to as well.
Has more delusional dating standards, men or women?
Women.
Women.
Why you say women?
I think they're just a bit more picky. Yeah.
What about you?
I feel like it's not delusion. It's just that like the dudes don't match the standards. So like it seems like it's.
I date a chick who's a parrot. She got one leg and one eye, and a parrot on her shoulder.
Delusion, but it's just that women have high standards. So I went on this date, and this guy tells me, "You look like you're low maintenance."
She do.
And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I can see from the shine on your face, ma'am, from the light reflecting on your face, that you have 3 tons of makeup.
Or she about to talk about her skincare routine.
Tons of makeup on that.
That costs $1,000.
Just look at the shine on her forehead. You don't get that kind of shine naturally.
You look like you're low maintenance. I was like, I have a little dog. Have you seen my little dog? And he looks at me very confused. I'm like, she's very high maintenance. But yeah, I wouldn't call myself as high maintenance as her. You know, she needs a lot of grooming, a lot of attention, a lot of things. But I'm definitely not low maintenance. And then he looked at me very, very, very confused, like, what did I get myself into? And I was like, I don't think any girl that looks as girly as me is low maintenance unless you like are dating like a man.
Ma'am, just look at the difference between your face, the shine from your face, and your neck.
I don't get it. I don't get her comeback. Bake shop. Did she think she ate with that one? Did she eat? Was that tea? Clock it.
And then he was like,
If if women have more money and more independence as a result of that money and success and education, why don't they just date down? As in, why don't they date men that are broke?
Right, yeah. Well, we've inherited this mating psychology from our distant ancestors who were very much more reliant on men for things like provisioning, resource access, and human protection than what contemporary women need. And this is because throughout most of our evolutionary history, we spent our lives, having to be pregnant regularly, lactating, caring for young children, and we're very heavily dependent on the ability of our partner to gain access to things like food and other resources that we're not able to get access to when we are, very pregnant or dealing with young children. So
even if the woman wasn't pregnant or taking care of the kids, the men were going hunting, not the women.
Women historically have been very dependent on men for resources, and we've inherited that brain because over the course of evolutionary history, women who would have placed an emphasis on choosing partners who have these kinds of qualities, they would have been more likely to have surviving offspring who then pass that tendency or that preference onto their offspring, who pass that preference onto their offspring. Contemporary human women, even though we're able to gain access to resources of our own, we still have that preference, right? We've inherited that preference from our successful ancestors because women who had that preference would have performed better than women who didn't pay attention to that sort of thing.
Okay, so let's give this a try. I'm a single mum, and
And nowadays, that's all there is. The only kind of women is women that didn't pay attention to that sort of thing.
From the start, I can see that she's using a lot of filters. Just look at her eyes, her face. So many filters, so many filters. But I bet she's looking for a good man. Where are all the good men, of course?
I have a free weekend with no kids.
And then they
I
get
don't have any
catfish.
friends that want to go out, and I don't have any friends that like to go to clubs, bars, anything like that. They either tell me they've got no money, or they just don't want to go, or they'll plan to go with me, but they'll drop out last minute and cancel our plans. I'm sick of having wasted weekends doing fuck all. I want to go out and meet someone, but I can't if I've got no one to go out with. So if there are any single mums in my position, or just anyone that needs someone to go out with on a weekend that never gets a chance because their friends are let down, or
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster now. Single mothers going to clubs. Yeah, we're just going to skip this.
The princess treatment I expect as a liberal woman. Number one, you're driving most places. I've had to drive myself around my whole life. It's my turn to be a passenger princess. You're driving most places.
She's over 30 or 40, and she still refers to her as a princess. Why would you want to be with a woman like this? Why? From the start, so many red flags, and she's a liberal.
I can help contribute to gas sometimes and offer to let you use my car, but for the most part, I'm the girl.
Like, princesses are children. Like, wouldn't you be a queen if you're a fully fledged adult?
In the passenger seat.
But man, you're a liberal. You're fighting for equality. So why does he have to do everything?
Number two, when it comes to bump, if you're getting antsy, it doesn't mean I'm dropping pantsy. I pay attention to my body. I pay attention to what I want to do with it. No means no, not now means not now. Do take into consideration our relationship as well as gender roles, what men like. Keep that in mind. A no does mean no, and if that's a problem, your problem. Number three, princess treatment means I eat how I want to eat. If I want a double, I get a double. If I want a big meal, I get a big meal. There's no